Diversity is security. Diversity is sustainability. Diversity is freedom. Diversity is equality. If we have no diversity, we have problem. We have crisis. We used to have a lot of grain, a lot of rice varieties in the past. When we have drought, no rain for many months, many of them will die, but some of them will survive. So when we have drought, we survive. When we have flood, we survive. When we have epidemic, when we have some disease attack most of the plants that we have, but some of them will survive because that's the nature. The nature always have diversity, and diversity make nature alive. But now we have less and less diversity because when we become consumerist, when we enter to the era of capitalism, we don't want to have diversity because diversity is hard to monopolize things. It's hard to take advantage of people. That's why we have to eat less and less and less variety now. Before that, we eat many different kind of rice, but now in whole Thailand, we eat a few varieties only. Like potato in Europe or in the Western country, they have so many variety of potato, more than 20,000 of variety in the past. But now there are less than 5 in the market. So everything we used to have abundant. We have a lot of things to eat. But now we were trained to eat less and less and less variety. This is the intention of the system that we have now, because this is the way they can control us. Whenever we have less variety, less diversity, we are in the risky position. We will have big trouble easily. For example, like now, we were trained to eat only corn, soybean, and wheat, mainly. And everything comes from these 3 things. So when our corn or wheat have problem, everybody will suffer. This is not secure. This is not sustainable. And when people monopolize the food, they train us to eat only the variety that they own the seeds. After we were trained to eat the same thing over and over, we don't know how to eat anything else. When we have crisis, we are going to die. We are starving to death in the middle of food. There are so many things around us. We can eat, but we don't know how to eat them anymore because many generations were trained to eat less and less and less variety. That's not secure. No diversity, no freedom, no happiness. Now, it's the time to think about diversity, because the politician and the government all over the world now, they ruin the nature, they ruin the balance, the ecosystem, they ruin everything. And then they are going to ruin the money system. So many governments, they use our name to borrow money from another country. And then they did a lot of corruption, complicate corruption. And then they gave a tiny bit of money to close our mouth, so we will not criticize them, we will not speak so loud. Every country, we have a lot of debt everywhere now. That's the debt that the politician and government, they make corruption. And soon, we cannot pay off debt. Most of the country in the world now, we have so much debt, and then we cannot pay off those debt at all. What will happen? That means the biggest crisis in our life is money crisis or economic crisis. We are going to face that soon. We cannot expect to get help from the government or politician anymore. They are not working for us, but they use our name to make profit for themselves. They turn us into slave, work hard for them. In this situation, if we think about to work more, have more money, we will be okay. That can be wrong thinking. In this situation, we need to think about saving diversity of plants, of food, as much as we can. What we can do now, if we have money, we buy land. If we have land, we dig ponds and preserve collecting rainwater as much as we can, keep water underground, and then we develop the soil, make the soil alive again by stop using all kind of chemical, stop burning, and bring in organic material into our land. Our land will be better and better, and then we can preserve or collecting diversity of plants and animals in there. This is only one way we can solve all the problems we have in the world now. If we don't come back to this point, there's no way human can survive on this earth. So we have to do something now. Seed for People company is a small group of people who gather together, and then we set up a company. We will be social enterprise company, and then use this money from the company to train people to propagate more seed, collecting more seed, and then develop more seed to increase diversity of seed, of food for us. So now what we are going to do in April, we are going to have a gathering. We invite all people who interested about seed saving come together. We have a piece of land in the northeastern of Thailand, next to Laos border, not very far, in Nong Khai province. It's about 40 acres there. That's only one piece of land in that area that have forest left. We have the right to use that land. We plan to use this land as a seed saving place for us. We want to save all tubers here, all kind of roots or wild yam or all kind of tubers. We want to collect them here. So we want to bring all the tuber in the country and plant them there. We want to tell people that if you live in Thailand and in your area, if you have some kind of tuber, you can send to us. Bring all the tubers, all the roots together, and then we will organize them and we plant them and save them in that area. We hope that we will collect at least 100 varieties of tubers. We try to get as much as we can. We will plant them there, and then it will be a place where we can propagate them and give away to people after we can propagate them. So, if you live in Thailand, if you have any of tubers, send to us. Don't forget to write down the detail. What is the name? How many names people use that you know? Write down the name and then explain how to use, how to eat them, how to use them. Because the knowledge of eating or using them is important as the seed itself. So we need the name, how to use them, and where is it from. That's the main thing. Or if you have more information, just write down all the detail and send to us. And if you have time during April 23rd to 26th, you can come join us. It will be a Joy Force party. This party, we invite everybody come together, and then we can plant the root together in the forest. 3 days together. This event has no host. Seed for People is a organizer, but we are not a host. Everybody who come is a host. Just come. Bring your own tents. Bring your own water bottle. Bring your own tools to dig, to cut. And come. If you have some food, some vegetable or something, bring with you. We just put together and we will have volunteer to cook for us. We want it to be zero waste in this event. So don't bring a lot of garbage with you. Just come. Everything is free. No expense. Just come. We will have a lot of fun together. We will have a lot of learning in the daytime, learning and working together. In the nighttime, some music, some show, some entertain. It's just a party. Joy Force party is fun. This is what we have been doing for a while. So this year, we welcome foreigner. Any foreigner who live in Thailand, welcome. Register with me. Send email to me. My address at the end of this video clip. So this is the idea that we want to create the Tubers Bank, or the living museum of tuber, or something like that. We just don't care about the name much. Just what we want to do is we want to have a place where we can collect all kinds of tubers in the country together. So it will be a place where people can come and study and do more research on it, and then share the seed to other people. This is the way the tiny people like us can come and do together. This is hope. Just come together and do. Life is in our hand.